What is up, everybody? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and today we're going to check out an Aetherdrift Play Booster box. I'm intrigued by the Play Booster boxes for Aetherdrift because they have brought down the number of packs from the Play Booster boxes from 36 to 30. I will say, and while we're not going to go into pricing of singles, I'm mostly interested in the layout of the boxes and how the boxes feel now with 6 less packs in it. But at least at this moment, it does feel like the lowering of the packs did reduce the cost of the box. The boxes right now seem to be going for about $122, whereas Play Booster boxes for the last few sets, really kind of going back to MKM, were like $135, $140. So if that's the impact from the six less packs, then I can deal with that. That feels a little bit better. That feels more affordable. So, all right, let's crack open Aetherdrift Play Booster box and hopefully get some good pulls. Let's crack some packs. All right. So, as previously mentioned, 30 Play Booster packs in these boxes. I do enjoy that for Aetherdrift, we're getting a box topper in the actual Play Booster boxes as well for those first place foils. So, it could be anything. It could even be a Chrome box. These packs appear to have been shaken around. Okay, there we go. Yeah, let's not wait. Let's do the box topper. So there's like 100. You get the oh, came right off. I enjoy that. Perfect. So there's 100. You get the basic land, right? And then there is one of 127 possibilities for the first place foil, rare, or mythic. And of course, one of those does include the possibility of a Chrome Mox, which would be sweet. All right, so we've got our first place foil island. And, oh, we got a mythic. It is, oh, cool, it's a Gear Hulk. You know what? That's cool. I think any mythic in this, given that, again, you get one box topper per collector box or Play Booster box, and there's 127 possibilities. I think any mythic is not a bad pull. I'm actually going to sleeve that real quick. I don't know if it's going to be sleeve worthy, but again, just the fact that, yeah, I'll put this up there. Just the fact that I think that's going to make the mythics actually pretty mythical. All right, so what are we hunting for? I'm just going to go full Timmy and say I would love to pull Radiant Lotus, Aether Spark, or Ketramos, because I think that those are going to be pretty significant pulls from this set. All right, Flood the Engine. First rare is Gastel Thrill Roller. 3 for the 4/2. I do like this card. I think this is pretty decent. All right. There are some other good cards in this set I want as well. Besides just chasing the perceived value mythics. I did just play in a pre-release, and Chandra hit the board versus me, and she did absolute work against me. Chandra took my lunch money. She bullied me. All right, Chitin Gravestalker. Rare is Debris Beetle. I kind of like this. It's like a little Siege Rhino-esque, right? Aether Siphon, Embalmed Ascendant, Rocketeer Boost Buggy. Okay. I'm curious to see if we get more packs. Like, the problem with the 36-pack Play Boosters was it also felt like they reduced... I mean, it didn't feel like... I think they flat out did. Reduce the number of packs in a box that had, like, multiple rares. Curious to see if they, when going back to 30, if that count got upped a little bit more. The number of times we see double rare and or mythic packs. All right, Goblin Surveyor. Rare is Far Fortune End Boss. Start Your Engine is a important mechanic in Limited, but at least my initial, and again, I played a single pre-release event. I'm going to play a bunch more this weekend, but a single pre-release event, but it didn't feel overwhelming. A concern I had with the Start Your Engine was that it gave an even bigger advantage to the person going first because, you would get a chance to deal damage, in theory, to your opponent faster, right? But it didn't seem like max speed took over the game, and that I was grateful for. All right, Racer Scoreboard, decent card. Repurposing Bay, I do like this as a rare. That's one of the cards I was hoping to see. I'll take that. Spell Pierce. Welcome back, Spell Pierce. All right. I am curious to see about how many mythics we get per Play Booster box as well. Super pumped about that first place foil, Coalstoke Gear Hulk, though. It's Rakdos, which automatically speaks to me. And it's a Mythic Gearhole, which I like as well. All right, Windscarred Crag, Maximum Overdrive. Ooh, here's another Mythic. Hazoret. I've pulled a bunch of Hazorets already. Okay. Indestructible Haste obviously has some limitations, but he starts your engine. It's a 2-drop. Again, my big thing is that there's so much removal now that is either Exile or like Nowhere to Run, which is just -3, which gets through Indestructible, that, you know, I fear like the Indestructible like doesn't really matter all that much anymore. Indestructible isn't what it once was, I guess is another way of saying it. But I think there's a possible home for Hazoret in a mono red build. Obviously, I don't think getting up to max speed is an issue for mono red. So on turn 4 or 5, laying a 2-drop plus a second spell for a 5/2 haster and other seems very doable. Muragonda Raceway, I do like this as one of the rare lands. Get up to max speed, it taps for 2 colorless mana. I at the very least see that being commander playable. Ranger's Aetherdrive is a borderless uncommon. Borderless Road Rage. Yeah, okay, all right. Nope, did that backwards. I was like, that is the uncommon pile. Okay, all right. Working our way through the first third of the box, the first column here. Looks like we have 3 packs left. Do need some of these tokens for this weekend as well. All right, foil Plains, Cloudspire Captain. Rare is Sky Seer's Chariot. Some of the chariots are really, really good. Can't remember, the name escapes me, but the black chariot where when you discard a card, you get to create a 2/2 zombie. That card is quite good. I will say that, you know, again, only played one pre-release event. Got to play a bunch more. Ooh, Sky Serpent Seeker. Neat. Foil uncommon. Thopter Fabricator. Also a decent card. Sabotage Strategist. Tune-Up. Sheffet Archfiend. That will do it there. I thought the first sealed event for Aetherdrift I played in was fun. I think that with the combination of vehicles and then the start your engines, it makes for some interesting play patterns. So I enjoyed it. Looking forward to playing more. Ooh, Duretti Rocketeer Engineer, excuse me. It's 5 for a star 5. Power toughness equal to the mana value, greatest mana value among artifacts you control. Yeah, all right. Little recursion there. That's cool. Rover Blades, good. Push the limit. Ancient Vendetta. Okay. That was the end of the first column. So, no, one mythic, couple of decent rares, no Verges. That's another thing I really want out of this box. I would like to see, hopefully, like 2, 3, maybe 4 Verges, but hopefully at least a few, a couple. All right, Scoured Barrens. Reef Roads. River Churn Monument. This is a card I'm interested in. Yes, please. That is a mill is a win con. Slick Imitator, Glory Heath Lynx. That's a pretty good card. Fuel the Flames. Okay, all right. The format didn't seem like overbearingly fast, but also I don't think you can sit around and afford to durdle either. Dinosaur Dragon Token. Into our foil or full art land, excuse me. Venom Sack Legak. Rare is Lumbering World Wagon. This is a rare I rather like. Vehicle enters or attacks and you search your library for a basic land card. So I like that it's an ETB and an attack trigger that help get you ramping. Aether Siphon, Momentum Breaker, Rise from the Wreck, Gobbo. Also feel like there's enough goblin support in this deck to make goblins a legitimate constructed threat in standard. I mean, they already kind of like were fringy, but so we got our first gold stamped art card. It's kind of cool. All right, Blossoming Sands, Bounce Off, Guardian Sunmare. I like this card as well. I don't know that this is going to end up being a valuable card, but it is a card I like. I'll put it up top there. 2 for an 08. That is a heck of a wall to get through, though. Okay, all right. I would like some Verge lands and mythics, please. And maybe perhaps a special guest. Those would be lovely. Oh, foil rare. Okay, I was like, wait, what's that? Mendicant Core Guidelight. 2 for the 3, equal to the number of artifacts. Start your engines. Max speed. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may pay 1 if you do copy it. Woo! Hey, that's not bad. Hey, and there's our first Verge of the box as well. Sweet. So, the River Pyre Verge and a foil rare in the same pack. We'll take that. Although, I will say, I haven't seen a lot of double rare packs. Feels like maybe you're only going to get like a 2 or 3 of those now, right? And again, if the box price is back down to like 120, even I guess 125, that's a little bit more palatable if it's basically going to open up like a draft box, like a traditional draft box. Intimidation Tactics as a foil uncommon. Mythic, the Mimeoplasm. I do like Mimeoplasm. I don't know if it's as good as the first one. It's kind of having this debate while sitting around the old LGS, but I like that this card has a little bit of versatility to it. It's neat. Ripclaw Wrangler as a borderless common. Okay. Yeah, so I think the Mimeoplasm is cool. I definitely think the Japanese showcase art is incredible. We opened one of those in our last opening, and I was like, what is this guy? All right, little pilot token. Mountain. Foil mountain at that. Brightfield Mustang. Rare. There we go. Second Verge. Sweet. The Golgari Verge. Perfect. I like that this one starts by tapping for green, because I think you needed to tap for green to, green plays a lot of mana dorks and things like that. So it's more important to be able to play this on turn 1 and have it tap for green to play like a Land War Elves or something. Rover Blades as a borderless uncommon. Pit Automaton. Wild Roads. Adrenaline Jockey. So I definitely think that Golgari Verge is going to see a lot of play. All right. Starting column. Rare is Full Throttle. I do love me some cards that grant extra attack steps. This is definitely a card I was hoping to pull. So I'll take Full Throttle. After this main phase, there are 2 additional combat phases. At the beginning of each combat phase this turn, untap all creatures that attack this turn. That is a finisher. Yes, 6 mana is a lot of mana. But 2 additional combat phases? It's pretty good. And you can cast it, right? So you can go to combat, determine how combat went for you, go into that main phase. That after this main phase, there are 2 additional combat phases, so you can cast it during your second main phase. And if you liked the way that combat went, right? If it wasn't advantageous, so you don't have to cast it pre-combat, pre-first combat, and hope that things went well. Curse Claw Wrappings. I think this card is pretty good as well. Embalm Descended again. Spike Shell Harrier, Blue Shell. Spire Mech Cycle. Almost said Meth Cycle. That's probably different than that. That's probably a different card. All right. 3 packs left in this middle column. Interesting experience so far. Definitely still subdued from the collector box opening. That's obviously to be expected to a large degree. Rare is a Mendicant Core Guidelight. This time it is a non-foil. Avishkar Raceway. We are on 2 mythics as we approach the 3rd column. I'm really hoping that these are still like at least 5 mythic boxes, not counting the one that we pulled as a box topper. Oh, District Mascot. Sweet. I think this card is pretty good. Enters with a +1/+1 counter on it, so it's 0/0 with a +1/+1 counter. You can remove 2 counters to destroy target artifact. And then whenever this creature attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And of course, there's obviously a lot of different ways to put +1/+1 counters on things. Afterburner Expert, also pretty good. Exhaust seemed to be a very strong mechanic in Limited. Cloudspire, Sky Cycle, Terrian World Tyrant, also just a casual 9/7, no big deal. NBD, Casual 9-7 for 5. 2025 Magic. All right. Last column of the last pack of the middle column. Engine Rat. There's a mythic. It is Mu Yanling. I think this card is probably pretty good in limited. I'm a little disappointed with it as like a mythic though. I don't like that it's whenever one or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player, so they have to be creatures with flying, and then if you happen to do 2, it's still only 1 card that you could draw. But who knows? It's early enough. It at least makes like another pseudo body that it leaves behind if Mu Yanling dies, that you still have a 3/2 colorless artifact token with crew 1. So, you know, I mean, it's kind of creating 2 different things that affect the board state. All right, we are on to the last column of the box. We're at 3 mythics. We are at 2 Verge lands. And 1 foil rare for whatever it's worth. Oh, let's go. There we go. There's the spice we're looking for. Excellent. That I will absolutely take. I don't know if this is definitely a combo card. 6 mana is a lot, but just feels like if you resolve this and you're playing the deck around this card, that this could just end games, right? Sacrifice 1 or more artifacts and choose a color. Target player adds 3 mana of the chosen color for each artifact sacked this way. Just, you know, hey, let's just sack 6 artifacts and fireball somebody's face. That's fine. We could do that. That's right now. Again, we'll see where things shake up as far as what cards impact the meta, etc., etc. But as far as like preset hype is concerned, Radiant Lotus and Aether Spark are definitely of those two cards that you would like to pull. So really, really psyched to be able to have pulled one right away. All right. Marshal's Path Cruiser. Next mythic. Oh, and Ketramos. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So I would say Aether Spark, Radiant Lotus, and Ketramos. Those were the 3 mythics that I was most hopeful to get. Getting Ketramos. Boy, this card is the bee's knees. 3/4/4/4, Menace, Lifelink, Indestructible. Can't attack or block unless there are 7 more cards in exile. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and or the battlefield during your turn, you draw a card and lose a life. That's so good. There's just so many cards. I mean, we just talked about the Indestructible of Hazoret. There's just so many cards that just are removal spells that you want to be playing anyway. So it's not like you have to build around Ketramos. You're like, oh, I have to play this removal spell because it exiles. You're like, well, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to play that anyway. So, okay. Ketramos. That is a card. Burnout Bastronaut. Also a card I rather like. Might see play. Sweet. Wow. Well, that was a couple of packs there between the Radiant Lotus and Ketramos. I don't know what I'll do here. I don't know. All right. That brings us up to 5 mythics for the box, which feels a little bit better, and especially when you hit 2 of those having been Radiant Lotus and Ketramos. And by the way, again, the first place foil Cole Stoke Gearhulk is not a nothing burger either. Air Response Unit. Hey, there's our 3rd Verge. This box is shaping up quickly. All right, the Emerald Radiant. So we got there's a double rare pack. 6 mana, 3/3. Create a 1/1 for each artifact or creature. Oh, in your graveyard. All right. Whenever you dies, put a +1/+1 counter. Yeah, this card's fun. That's a card. Man, can I get that in my sealed pool tomorrow? All right. Moving right along here. Rare is Caradora, Heart of Alakria. 4/4/4/2. Search your library for mount or vehicle card, reveal it, put it in your hand. 1 or more counters would put on any creature or vehicle you control, put that many +1. Oh, all right. Kind of like a little Hardened Scales. Ooh, this is a good card. Unstoppable Plan. This card is going to make some people mad. At the beginning of your end step, just untap all non-land permanents you control. Yep. That card's going to see some play. At the very least, Commander. Okay. Looks like we got about 6 packs left. Wasn't sure what to think after the first 2 columns. Not going to lie. But, boy, did this box take flight quickly. Boom Mobile. That's another rare that I actually think is solid. Might see some play as well. All right, Foil Island. Whoa, hey, cool. That is not a bad hit either. That is a borderless foil Gonti Knight Minister. Good old Richard Kane Ferguson art. Very distinctive, very cool. I'm a fan. And I think Gonti is actually a really good card as well. So, and how we follow that with a mythic behind it. It is Valor's flagship in the that showcase treatment. That is pretty sweet, actually. All right, not bad. I think this card is basically like Greasefang or Bust, and a spectacular pileup. So that was a, wow. That Gonti into flagship into spectacular pileup. That was a heck of a pack is what that was. Okay. Of note, not a complaint, more just an observation. With 4 packs left, we've not seen a special guest. Oh, 4th Verge. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. If you told me that I was going to get a 4 Verge box, I'm here for all of that. That's cool. Verge lands are good. They are very playable. Okay, 3 packs left. This time of Burnout. I was wondering if you could get this treatment because we hadn't seen any yet. So this time it's the Burnout Bastronaut in the Rat Fink treatment, which is actually really cool. Into another Gonti, this time non-foil, non-borderless foil, but again, Gonti, pretty sweet card. Okay, 2 packs left. I'm going to go ahead and say this box felt good. This box started a little slow. I was like, oh, if this is the new play box, might need to go even, it might need to go down price even more. But it filled out really quickly. How about another mythic? How about a Riptide Gearhulk? I think the Gearhulks don't seem as like overbearingly powerful as like the original Gearhulks, but I do think they're actually all pretty good. And in their own right? So this is a 5-mana 2/5 Double Strike Prowess. Double Strike Prowess is no slouch. And then of course when it enters, when this creature enters, for each opponent put up to 1 target non-land permanent that player controls into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. No slouch. Transit Mage, Air Response Unit. Yup. There we go. We're late in the box. I don't know why I'm switching around mythics at this point, but I don't really want to cover up the Lotus. That's why. All right, last one. Last pack. Ooh, foil Avish Car Raceway. Okay. Rare is Mindspring, Merfolk, sure. And Haunted Hellride. Pretty good. Okay, and that will do it there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus the box topper. Well, let's just call it 7. We're not really calling out the box topper as, you know, a mythic. It is a mythic, but not one you can rely on. So 7 mythics in this play booster, the 30 play booster box, 30 pack play booster box. We got 4 Verges, you know, and we'll see what happens with rares as far as what shakes up, whatever. But I at least highlighted some cards that I like, some cards that I think are pretty good or at least fun to play with. You know what? Not bad. If this is what a play box looks like, and again, they didn't get a special guest in it either, but this felt pretty good for the price, as opposed to 36 packs of a lot more bulk and a $20 to $25 more price tag. Again, we'll see what happens with pricing, and we'll do some openings where we go through pricing in a couple weeks after things settle down. But at least I want to be able to say, hey, for $122, this actually felt pretty good. I didn't hate this at all. So, and you know, how could I hate it when I pull a, you know, first place foil Gearhulk, a Radiant Lotus, and a Ketravos in the box? Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of complaints for me at that point. But anyways, that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me, hit the like button for me, and by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, everybody, and be well.